Hey, Geek Castillo Nation and YouTube followers and Facebook alike, welcome to Midweek in Geek. So a whole new attempt at coming back to regular recordings, which means we're actually going to try something different, which means actually going to try and record regularly. At least once a week. And yes, this is going to be a lot like the Morning Brew for those of you who enjoyed it, and yes, same thing as the Geeky Brew, but the difference being that I'm actually going to try and keep up with this one. My schedule's allowing a little bit more freedom, and that means that I'll be able to do more projects than just focusing on the one show. I have been doing unboxing series for both Marvel, Collector's Core, Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty, and of course the Retro Pop Box every month. And hopefully I'll be adding some new ones, new unboxing series later on. And possibly just adding a whole new show that I've been working on for a couple weeks. With that said, let's get on with this midweek's update in Geek. No, that doesn't work. Let's try that again. With that said, let's get into this midweek in Geek. That works. It's the flow of the title and everything, you know? Oh, I love my mug. My December present for myself. Anyways, big news from Nintendo. Nintendo. I am almost irritated to the point where I'm starting to hate Nintendo. Nintendo announces that their new system, codenamed the NX, will be releasing March 2017 of next year. Which means for all you Wii U users, myself included, nuts to you! New console already on the way. Kinda sucks, right? I mean, I waited a year and a half to buy a Wii U. I was excited to play all the games. I played all the games I wanted to play. I'm bored with a lot of the games I wanted to play. New system on the way. Banging. No real details on what the system's about. What kind of media it will use. Will it be a download-only kind of media, which is what we don't really want as players because that means we can't sell back our freaking games. But it seems that, for what has been leaked, that supposed patents that Nintendo has brought up, that might be the case. Which means that nobody gets to buy Nintendo games at the store anymore. Who knows? Supposed controllers have been leaked also in the shape of a U. Although people suspect that that's just another attempt at the Wii Fit. Because it doesn't seem to, the patents don't seem to have any connection to the NX whatsoever, but they do have connections to the Wii U. I'm not excited for the NX. There's nothing to be seen yet, nothing to be heard of. It's all rumor and speculation, much like Project Dolphin was, which turned out to be the Wii. But in connection to this announcement, Nintendo has also announced that the next installment in the Legend of Zelda series. The next installment in the Legend of Zelda series will also be delayed to come out in simultaneous release with the Wii U and NX. Got through that sentence. With that said, they've also announced that E3 2016 this year will be very focused on the new Legend of Zelda game, which we're all kind of mixed feelings coming around for it. Mostly because some people are calling it mystic punk kind of feeling, a steampunk mix into the Legend of Zelda world, but we've seen mechanical creatures before in Legend of Zelda. Skyward Sword had the beetle and all these other machinist type of things floating around. So I don't see why so many people are upset about what this game could be. But at the same time, we've seen some really good stuff like open world feel and exploration and being able to go for miles exploring on your own. And that could really turn bad really quick. But again, speculation. We won't know anything until E3. At the earliest, E3 this year, we'll know a little bit of it. But we won't really know much more until the release next year, which is not even a release as when the NX releases. It's just a release with the NX at some point. It could be as late as November of 2017 for all we know. So don't get too excited. And last but not least, in Nintendo announcements, well, actually, this was not an announcement from Nintendo so much as Nintendo related. Supposedly, the first 9 minutes of Pokemon Go have been leaked on the internet, showing off the initial process and setup you have to go through, followed up with what looks like catching Pokemon and battling. It's pretty much what you'd expect, and nothing more, to be honest. It looks cool. It'll be something to do, especially for kids. I mean, that's really what their audience is for kids. But for us older Pokemon fans, it's not much more than what we expect, and I'm okay with that. The newer games have really alienated me as far as like all the extra crud you have to do, the beauty pageant style gameplay, the berry making, and I get it. For the hardcore Pokemon players, that's all, raising points and stats and blah 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 blah. Don't care. But for people like me who played Red and Blue, and hell, Yellow was my favorite, I don't care. I'm sure my son will be into it, which means I'll have to get into it. But he's still a few years away from getting into any of this stuff, and that's good for me. With that being said, in other news related to video games, Bethesda finally releases the creation kit for Fallout 4, and fans can rejoice. You can make it and share it on both console systems, Xbox One and PS4, and PC simultaneously. All you have to do is go online, download the creation kit, build whatever you're going to build, and share it. According to them, it's that simple. I haven't tried it. I'm not even sure if it's actually available yet, although I believe it is, although it should be. It'll be out there. The information was honestly quite confusing, especially because I just quickly glanced at everything and took in all the information I could, because it was just an overflowing amount of comments and feedback from them. And yeah, it looks cool though. I mean, I've seen some of the mods on PC that they've already had, where people are using the Giddy Up Buttercup horse to make actual armor for themselves, and other stuff like that. And I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the mods that already exist, like the ones that make people's heads explode into confetti instead of blood, which are just really cosmetic mods and fun mods more than anything. And of course, the more intricate ones where I've seen people who build power armor, and instead of Tesla gauntlets and stuff like that, they put 2 miniguns attached to the arms. And that's just wicked. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to just sit there and just blow the bejesus out of everything in your path in Fallout 4? Can't wait. I'm excited. As far as the recent updates, I loved the Mechanist or Automatron DLC. Don't really care for the creature capture one, or quote-unquote Pokemon on crack. Just not my thing. Anyways, in movie-related news, or entertainment news, XMen Apocalypse trailer releases the last trailer before the film's release, and it still looks decent. I did really like First Class. I was okay with Days of Future Past. It's that old X-Men class coming in, the Patrick Stewart era that they really ruined the X-Men for me. So it makes it really hard to want to watch these films. And Apocalypse is all about kind of melding in a little bit of the old with the new in a more permanent way. But what really got people excited is not just that the trailer showed more of what's going on, or at least give us more detail on what to expect, is that some claws were shown. Wolverine-esque claws, which just really probably mean just Wolverine's going to be in the movie. And let's face it, it kind of has to. The only movie that hasn't had Wolverine in it and it had the X-Men in it was First Class, and he was still in it as a cameo. So there hasn't been an X-Men movie without Wolverine, at least cameo in there somewhere. So, and you got to remember that this is Apocalypse recruiting his 4 horsemen and taking on the world and the X-Men. And Wolverine was a horseman at one point in the comics, I think twice maybe actually. And so was Sabretooth. But then Sabretooth got killed, although he shouldn't have died because he has regenerative powers. But then they reset time, and Storm is in this, but I'm not sure what the heck's going on with that. Anyways, the trailer's out there. You can go watch it, check it out for yourself. I'm lukewarm about it. Anyways, last but not least, Neil Patrick Harris has been seen with leaked images of his full makeup design for Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, or actually the Netflix streaming show that's coming out sometime in November of this year, called A Series of Unfortunate Events, based on the Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events books, all 13 of them, and it looks really good. Or at least the makeup looks really good. I wasn't a fan of the Jim Carrey movie, and I never read the books. But my daughter is super excited about them, making these series for the books, so I'm probably going to end up watching it with her. And Neil Patrick Harris, I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it. So, yeah, that's it for that particular bit of news. There's nothing really more to it other than the release date sometime in November, no specifics yet. And XMen Apocalypse comes out May 27th. So, yeah, there's your entertainment news. So, that's it. That's it for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Midweek in Geek. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think. This is my first shot at it again after going God knows how long without recording this kind of stuff. Haven't had my face on camera for a while now. New glasses, as you can see. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I got a Snapchat, but I don't really use it. Unless you people want me to use it, let me know in the comments. I don't know what to do with it. I know Matthew Santor and a bunch of good YouTubers use it. I really don't know what to do with it. But with that said, thanks for tuning in. By the way, if you're in the San Diego area, Escondido Ren Fair this weekend. Saturday, I will be there with the San Diego WhoCon people doing what else? A Doctor Who cosplay meetup at the Renaissance Fair. So we'll be time traveling with him or with them. So if you want to join us, please make sure to check out the events page. The links are at the San Diego WhoCon Facebook page. And make sure to add yourself. Felicita Park for those of you in the area. And tickets aren't that expensive to spend a day at the fair. So if you're a fan of Doctor Who, come check it out. If you've never been to a Renaissance Fair but you want to, come check it out. So with that said, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, I'll see you next week, midweek. That is a terrible tagline, isn't it?